side of the moon, and he said the very last mission up to the moon, they got told
to not come back.
To do not come back.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Well, because I've heard the reason why they told us not to come back is because we started testing things on the moon. We started testing rockets.
Leaving stuff there.
Leaving trash there. Blowing the surface.
Well, and you gotta understand, they see everything we put there as trash because they are thousands of years technology-wise ahead of us.
Yeah, and
they take our scraps that we leave there, and they can just. They can't take it because they know we're watching them. That's how smart they are. They always know that cameras are everywhere. Why do you think we don't see them? Why do you think that the only time you see them is actually with your fucking eyes when you're outside looking up at the sky?
Or accidentally caught on camera. Or video.
If you look it up on the internet, you're going to find a lot of really cool videos. But everybody says that everything's fake. And you can't tell me that what I've seen up in the sky a couple times is fake.
Yeah. See, getting into that...
There's things on this planet that can't move like that.
I have a story. I'm pretty sure that I've seen a mothership with one of my best friends up in Evans, Colorado. We were staying out at our buddy's hotel, and we saw 4 orbs. If you can... I kind of drew a little picture.
It's 5.
Oh, yeah, 5,
like a pentagon.
Yeah, like a pentagon almost. And they were bright orange, just floating through the sky. We kind of didn't think anything of it until Shaggy, he told me, he's like, look up. And I straight saw 4 smaller orbs because they were giant. And there was 4 little orbs flew right into the middle of it and disappeared. Then it started fucking moving. And in the background, you can see 2 jets side by side coming straight for it.
Oh, dude, I've seen that YouTube video of the jets chasing that one, and then it just disappears.
Yeah, and then see it chasing it, and then it fucking just disappears completely. And they were chasing for a while, but the jets couldn't even keep up. It was gaining like a lot on the jets.
What I saw was I was in my backyard in Castle Rock, and there were planes out. You could see the planes flying around, but there was this light in the sky, and it was just sitting. It wasn't moving at all. It was just sitting there, and that's what got my attention. It was like a star, but then I don't know what made me look up at the sky, but the light moved, and it moved like straight, and it moved very fast compared to like the planes that are right above you moving. Mm-hmm. So it didn't move fast, but it did for way up in the sky. So it moved. And I'll never forget what it did right after it went down. It took such a sharp turn at an angle, not stopping its movement, just took a sharp turn. There's nothing on this planet that could handle that G-force.
Nope. And how fast it was going.
There's nothing. And it did it twice. It came down, turned, and then went back up. And it's like, I knew right when I saw it, it's like, oh my God, that was not a UFO. And then, that was definitely an alien spaceship.
Going on with my story a little bit, after that, we drank just a little bit, and then, we kind of got bored, so we went outside, smoked a cigarette, and I just laid back on the grass, and I look up, and I swear to God, there was dozens of tiny little orange orbs just mixing all together, and they were moving like synchronized together, and like none of them came in like contact with each other. They were always going around each other, side by side with each other, and there's been other cases of fleet. That's what they call them, a fleet of ships They were seen in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some guy spotted it in Mexico, and he said he saw orbs as well.
Yep. The Mexico City one.
Yeah, the Mexico City one. Yes.
Yeah, I remember watching that video. There was like, I mean, when you talk about a fleet, you ain't joking, because there was like 60 lights.
Yeah.
In the sky. How do you explain that?
And then,
and they were all moving together, or they were all just sitting there. In the video, there was like one point where they look up and they're all just not moving. They're all just sitting there. And then there's another part in the video, I think it was earlier in the video, that they're all moving together.
Yep.
And it looks like a grid system going over the sky. It's fucking crazy.
Let's see. Have you
heard about the 37th latitude?
The 37th latitude.
The 37th latitude, I think it goes through, I know it goes through Colorado. And it goes through like Idaho, and I can't remember the states it goes through. But it is on the 37th latitude. There was a couple that started doing research of all the UFO sightings, and they started noticing a pattern
of the sightings
because they were in the United States.
Yeah,
they started noticing a pattern. Every UFO sighting, it was like a UFO highway. The 37th latitude. It goes through like I want to say like 6 states. I'm looking it up right now. Dude, it blew my mind. I mean, the 37th latitude will probably come right up.
But one night, I think it was a couple days later, all of us guys are together that night up in Greeley, and when my good friend Jackie, he looked up at the sky and we saw a pattern of stars that was really fucking weird, dude. There was probably like 10 stars in the mix, and it all made out to be like this. Hold on, I'll draw a quick kind of picture of what we kind of saw. It was, and I'll have to like dot the lines together just to show you kind of like what it kind of looked like.
So this couple that was doing that 37 latitude thing?
It was much wider. It'd be like more like, it looked like this. I didn't have enough room. But it was like consistency of like 10 stars. And it looked like a picture perfect like TV screen picture of what a UFO would look like in the stars. That's straight what it looked like.
See, in that light I saw, I never would have noticed it.
I've also had experiences
if it didn't move like that.
Was it a light blue light almost?
No, it was like an orange light.
An orange light?
Yeah.
See, me and a few of my other friends, we used to sit outside and just look at the stars, you know, because we've always been interested in, you know, the stars and stuff like that since we were little kids, and I've always seen just like white orbs, just they'll float across the sky, like all the way. You'll see a plane cruising. You know, planes are flying 400 or 500 miles an hour, and this thing will just go from one side of the sky and disappear in a matter of a minute.
Yeah.
And it's like that could take plane.
But I mean, a lot of those ones that go just straight, it could be meteors.
Could be meteors,
it has
but
to make
not
a turn,
but not a perfect circle. That's the only thing. And then going on with that, there's been sightings July 4th in Arizona, the Arizona event, with lights blinking in the sky. There was at first it was one for about 2 minutes, and it's just bright white light, and it would blink every once in a while. And then all of a sudden, a second light appeared next to it, and one would go, and the other one would do it. And then like it. Just so freaking weird. They tried saying it was fireworks. They tried to cover it up with it was fireworks. What kind of fireworks is a perfect orb that just sits there like flash, stay there for 2 minutes, flash.
I heard about a lake the government completely shut off access to, and people believe, or there was a reporter that believes that they're using that lake as an alien teleport.
Are you talking about
Like a
the
portal.
natural preserve in Alaska?
Possibly.
Because that is the only, I'm pretty sure that is one of the, besides Area 51 and a few of the other military bases we have around, that is the only place where we cannot step foot because we're not trying to harm the wildlife there because it has the largest oil preserve in the world. But there's so many microbes living there.
I don't know if it's there because they just recently did this within the last couple years. Shut the lake off to everyone's access.
Oh, okay, yeah. This has been like that for a long
So, a guy snuck in this place with his scuba diving gear,
Oh, no way.
got down in the bottom, like in the middle of the day where you could actually see down there. And it's a beautiful lake. Like, you can actually see down there.
Crystal clear.
And he was saying you could sit down there and watch the traffic of the YouTube, or of the flying saucers. But it was in the water. So the water is zero gravity, just like space. So they can use the water just like they use space. So as he was putting it, is there's two portals in the lake. One is for one goes to one place and one goes to another place. And you can just watch UFOs go from one portal to the other portal. And then he was saying that he thinks that the government, the place that owns or that has control over the lot, is monitoring it because there's like, he said there was equipment everywhere, like cameras and like sonar pings and like equipment everywhere, which doesn't make sense because that would have picked him up. It would have been like, who's this motherfucker right here?
Yeah.
What's he doing? But I mean, you wouldn't have to be in there very long to see all that.
No, you wouldn't. You could literally go get a little. You could have just got a little, like a little toy submarine, attached a GoPro to it.
Oh, dude, that's exactly what he could have done. They never would have seen that.
It would have been so small. It would have been like, oh, it's just another little flying
Something
saucer.
that dives.
Yeah, and it's like going on to other major sighting places like Bermuda Triangle.
Oh my God.
The supposed
The Bermuda Triangle is, everyone knows
Well,
who watches this show,
it's not
is the most conspicuous, or is the most
speculated.
Conspicuous. It is the most notorious place for you to see some crazy
There is
shit.
supposedly a pyramid down there with crystal on top of it at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle, which technically actually isn't a triangle. The only reason why they call it kind of triangle, it kind of resembles one, but they went off of...
No, don't they call it the Bermuda Triangle because of the countries that are right there?
Yeah, but if you look at the Rex, it's a circle.
Well, and people that do the diving in the Bermuda Triangle said that there are portals in the Bermuda Triangle. They've seen things go into the portals and disappear.
Without kind of explain, because if you think about it, people have been seeing ships flying in and out of water.
Well, and
they
think
fly
about
right
the wrecked.
they fly right into a portal and back to their galaxy or whatever, wherever. So and when they fly out, they're coming in, be like, oh, we're gonna come in, check these guys out, see how they're doing. Depending on the species, they could have. I personally think that the Andromedians could possibly destroy a nuke.
Oh, that's already. I was reading an article that it was like 10 years ago when either the Taliban or ISIS was getting started, and I'm pretty sure in the article they were talking about how someone had something that was so devastating that aliens intervened, and aliens attacked a base in the Middle East, destroyed it,
completely. Like,
destroyed the shit out of it.